Hey guys, 2D here. Today I'm doing something different. I'm doing F1 2021 MyTeam Career mode in this video. So as you can see, I'm just creating my driver here. Sorry for the lag. I was doing this on stream as well. So of course we're gonna make our driver British, and yeah, you should definitely listen to this name. And you should definitely do what this name says, because that is a very smart decision and it will be very good. So subscribe to me, yes. I've never done a voiceover before after I've recorded the video, so this is something different for me right now. But I'll try and do my best, and hopefully you guys enjoy this video. And so for our team name, we're going to call it, we think we're going to call it 2 Racing, but I decide against that, and we decide to go for Dimension Racing, because I think that just, it sounds quite cool. Yeah. So for our sponsor, I believe we are going for Xenon Dynamics, are we? I don't know. I haven't made up my decision yet, apparently. Oh no, Echo. We're going for Echo, or are we? I cannot remember what I do here. But wow, I'm taking a while to make up my mind, aren't I? Yep. So we go XXY. Never mind. And for our power unit, it's between Honda and Ferrari for me. I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna go for. I think I do end up deciding to go for the Ferrari power unit, and yes I do. And for our second driver, we're looking at Guan Yu Zhou, Christian Lundgaard and Felipe Drugovich. We're trying to see who's our best value for money, and because we've spent that extra 200k on our engine compared to if we went for the Honda, I think we're going to go for Felipe because he's 200k cheaper than Lundgaard and Zhou. So we're going to pick Felipe Drugovich, and yeah, and then for the livery, and of course you can see I don't really have any livery, so I'm just going to go for the Arava livery, because it's a pretty good looking livery. I know obviously no real team would do that unless their title sponsor is Arava, and so we're gonna pick the Arava colours, I guess, and we're gonna go for like black and the what's it called, that like lime green. Yeah, so that's the logo we're gonna go for. So it will be oh my god, I take ages to to pick this, but yep, that's our logo. So now we are deciding our activities on the activity screen, and we're going to go for a tyre wear upgrade heading into the first race. And so we're going to advance to the car reveal, and so I'll meet you after the car reveal. Okay, so that is our car reveal. I think it's kind of obvious because we're using the Arava car, so I reckon you all already know what that livery looks like. But anyway, it's fine. So we're gonna head into, of course, practice 1 here, and let's see if we can put in a good performance. So of course looking around, looking at our mechanic. But anyway, let me know what you guys think of this style of video so far in the comments, and if you guys like this video, I'll make more MyTeam episodes, and if you don't, I'll just go back to my original. Or I can do both, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so we're going to do a qualifying pace program. And so we're going to come out on track. A lot of lag there on the recording. And so, of course, this is going to be our first lap, so I doubt we'll really have any pace. Oh, that's a lot of lag on the recording. Yeah, so I doubt we'll really have too much pace on this practice lap, but we'll still try and see what we can do. And so through turn 1, yeah, we're already like a tenth and a half down on the delta. So, and then as we head down to turn 10, we get a fairly good run. Yeah, we get a really good run actually, but we're already half a second down, so this lap already isn't going great. And through turns 11 and 12, 13, and just look at this, So we go a little bit wide and we run over some bumps. Whew. We do very well to keep it out of the wall though, if I do say so myself, but that's just gonna completely ruin our lap. So that's unfortunate, but it's only 3.7 seconds down on the qualifying delta. But okay, and so we've just gone for another lap and we improved by 3.5 seconds. So that's basically the same as the qualifying pace program that we needed. So of course substituting, and now we're gonna go for a lap on mediums, a lap or two on mediums, just to see where our pace is on the medium compound tyres. But then as we head through turn 1, just a lot of oversteer on the exit. That basically ruined our lap time, 2.3 seconds down. I mean, it only cost us about half a second, but still, we're going to go for another lap. But then we just get a lot of oversteer into the wall. And even though that didn't make us retire, we gave up on that practice session. So, I'll see you in qualifying. Alright, so on this first qualifying lap, we head through the final corner to start it. In Q1, our teammate is coming out of the pit lane now, and we do get out in front of him, so let's just look at this lap. So we do get a very nice lap, very neat lap. It wasn't particularly fast, like I could definitely improve, but it was very clean. And yes, I know I use assist, don't judge me, okay? Anyway, so through the final corner, it's going to be a 1 minute 28.755. I feel like at best we could probably reach a 7.3. A 28.7. Oh my gosh, I'm stupid. A 28.3. Sorry. So we're gonna go out for another lap right at the end of the session, and look at this. We brake early to give our teammate a tow. Can we make it to the line to start our second lap? 4 seconds left in the session, and we start our lap literally right as the session is about to end, and no one can start another lap. So yeah, so that was very lucky. We probably would have made it through to Q2 anyway, but just needed to complete this lap just to be safe. So we are quite a bit up, so you see, yeah, about half a second up. We get the tow off Russell, almost follow him into the pit lane, doing a Fernando Alonso, I believe, where he got the slipstream off another car, nearly following them into the pit lane. And so that should put us pretty easily through to Q2 in about P11, I think. Yeah, P11. So let's see what we can do in Q2. So we're going to advance right to the end of the session. This is going to give us 1 lap. This is basically, I've put myself in a situation where it's 1-shot qualifying. We're going to slow down to get the slipstream off Lance Stroll. who I'm not sure if he's just finishing his flying lap now or whether he is starting it. I think at this point I believed I thought he was just starting it. But as we cross the line to start our lap, look at Lance Stroll's flashing light. Yep, his light is flashing, so that means he's turned off his ERS and he's just finished his flying lap, and we try to brake late because Stroll's on a slow lap. Yeah, he brakes early, we just run into the back of him there. And so that's our qualifying over. We're going to qualify P16, so let's see what we can do in the race.
Months of rumour and speculation all come to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round 1 of this year's Formula One World Championship. We'll be racing around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit today. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left down into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. A new season then, a clean slate where anything could happen. Anthony Davidson is with me today as we get another year of Formula One underway.
We're into those tense few minutes before the first race then. Everyone's a little bit nervous about reliability. They haven't been running in the hot, turbulent wake of other cars in practice. They've not been pushing at 100% for long durations. Let's hope no one has to deal with any nasty surprises.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid we have Verstappen, Perez, Daniel Ricciardo and Leclerc, Norris, Sainz, Gasly and Fernando Alonso, Vettel, Tsunoda, Esteban Ocon and Stroll, Raikkonen, the owner driver, Felipe Drugovich and Antonio Giovinazzi, Russell, Mick Schumacher, Latifi and Nikita Mazepin. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
So as you can see, we're opting not to take an engine penalty because I think that we do still have a chance at points in this race. We are thinking of doing the one stop softs to hards, but I just don't think we need to risk it. So we're going to go mediums to hards, the two hardest compounds in this race. Put on an extra 1.4 laps of fuel because I'm going to be pushing very hard in this race. But it's 5 red lights out. The 5 red lights are out and away we go, up into P15 off the start. Lance Stroll on the inside. Can we go for a dive ball? No, we can't. Oh, actually, yes, we can. Up to the inside. We're looking for P14 and we're up into P14. And now round the outside of Yuki Tsunoda. Ocon, he's going to defend to the inside. We're going to go to the outside into braking. We go later on the brakes because of course Ocon has to brake earlier with the inside line. And we get up into P12 off the start, which is a very good performance, if I do say so myself. We thought about a dive bomb on Alonso there, but we think better of it because that would have been very, very risky. And so down into turn 10, we nearly hit the back of Fernando Alonso. That's going to compromise our exit a little bit, but it shouldn't matter too much because everyone's going to be very bunched up at the start of this race. So yeah, you can see just in a matter of seconds we've already caught back up. And I think you'll notice a lot through this race. That corner is going to be very, very difficult for us. So we're going to save some ERS, I believe, but we are going to go for a dive. So we're saving ERS, but we're going for moves still. So we get past Alonso somehow, even though he's in the faster car and on the softer compound tyres. But he might have a go back at us. Ooh, were very aggressive defending from us, having to go off track to keep the position. But we, of course, do keep the position. But already, Vettel has run away 1.5 seconds from that fighting. So we're really going to have to step on it. Look at that, 3 seconds up the road by the end of the lap. So, yeah, so we're on lap 4 now. And it's looking more and more unlikely that we can get points. But don't forget, people in front are on the 2-stop. We're aiming to do the 1-stop. Depending on what tyre wear is like. But Fernando Alonso up the inside. We tried to just let him have it, but he's just too slow through the corner, so we don't think that it's worth it just yet. Go very wide, a lot of oversteer. Yellow flags behind. And who is that? Going slowly. That is the Williams of Nicholas Latifi with a massive engine failure. Jeez, that's a lot of smoke coming out the back of that Williams racing car. But now, as we cut back to our view, Alonso right behind. Right up our gearbox. Oh, we go a little bit wide. Is that going to invite Alonso in? Yes, it is. Alonso on the inside, us on the outside. We're going to let him have the position. And we're going to see if we can gain some time on Sebastian Vettel. As you can see, we just lift off because we do not want to be fighting Alonso right now. But yeah, so we get the DRS. I think we're going to have no choice but to try and overtake Alonso, because that would just slow us both down so much if I didn't. But ooh, you see, we went way too late on the brakes, and Alonso just takes that opportunity and gets back up into P11 in this Grand Prix. And so on lap 6, Fernando Alonso is into the pits. We are going to come out in P9, but at this point I think that our tyres are already starting to go, as you can see through every single corner. We're just getting a lot of oversteer. Yep, and 29% already on just lap 8 of this race. And we're not really making too many inroads on Sebastian Vettel. Only gaining about 0.2 a lap, despite having probably a lot fresher tyres at this point after saving them for the first few laps behind Alonso. So, are we going to make a bold strategy call? Are we going to go for the 2-stop? As we check our tyres, yep, already nearly 40%, and we are coming into the pit lane on just lap 9 of this Grand Prix for medium tyres. We are forcing ourselves onto the 2-stop now, but I think that it will be worth it if we can find the pace in this Grand Prix. And I'm sorry about the please subscribe to me thing blocking the top of the screen, because this was live streamed, so yeah, I had that overlay on, but yeah, I'll try and remove it before next episode. So where are we going to come out? All the way down in P21, so basically, well, yeah, last in this Grand Prix, just behind Fernando Alonso. And so we're going to try and get past him as fast as possible, because we are on the fresher tyres, and you can see we're already in DRS range, and he's being held up massively by George Russell at the moment. So are we gonna go, see how slow he's going, are we gonna go round the outside of Fernando Alonso? Yes, we are. We're going for the move on Russell, but I think that that's an illegal overtake, and yes it is. So we are going to have to let them back through. And so, but Alonso just all the way on the inside gets a bad line, so it doesn't even affect us too much. If anything, it helped us because we got DRS. And so now we're trying to make sure, or try and get Russell back past Alonso, so that hopefully he can stop Russell from fighting us. But already we're past Mazepin, and up into P18 in this Grand Prix.
The car behind is dropping back by about 3
And-
tenths a lap.
And we've got a DRS fault as soon as we catch up to Mick Schumacher. We want to get past quickly or else Alonso could catch us out. So let's see, we're going to use our ERS, which we barely have any of, and force Schumacher to the inside. Well, not really force him, he's going to defend to the inside, and yeah, that's just a fairly easy move on the
With the rear wing system.
9 lap fresher tyres than Mick Schumacher and in the faster car. But you know, we're making up some pretty solid ground already. As we head onto lap 14 of this race, I believe Vettel will be boxing this lap, and yes, that is Vettel in the pits for hard compound tyres. We're out just in front of him, around 1.5 seconds up. So hopefully we can maintain that gap to Vettel. But it's going to be tough, even though he's on the hard compound tyres. Our tyres are already starting to go, really showing how weak the starter car is on the tyres, and probably just my driving style as well, to be fair. But 13 laps left. We're probably going to pit around lap 21 for the softs, and yeah, I probably would like to go longer than that, but can we get out in front of Sergio Perez? Yes, we can, and even Vettel does as well. Sorry if my commentary seems all over the place. I'm not really an expert at this, but yeah, I'm trying my best. But Perez passed Sebastian Vettel, and look how quickly he's just closing that gap. I think we're just going to let him through as we make a massive mistake. Feeling the pressure and feeling the tyre wear. He's not quite going to get us down the straight. I think that we might just let him go through this section. No, we're not. Maybe under braking? No, never mind. So I think he's good. I think we're going to let him through down the straight. Yeah, so that we can get the DRS and hopefully, yeah, there you go. And hopefully pull away from Seb and everyone else behind. But now I'm kind of starting to regret my decision to go onto the 2-stop, because even though it would have been very, very risky on the 1-stop for us, look at where we would have been on track. P5 on the track we would have been, or P4, because I probably would have fought Perez harder if I was on the same amount of stops left as him. But anyway, hindsight is a wonderful thing. But yeah, you can see Perez already 2 seconds up the road from us, with 9 laps to go in this race. And our tyres are on, jeez, they're 46% on the front left, I think that said. So yeah, no wonder we're barely pulling away from Vettel, and actually he's closed that gap up to us now. So we're going to box this lap, although I would have really loved to stay out an extra lap, but I really couldn't risk the tyres going on me. Yeah, 51 and 53% on the 2 left tyres. So yeah, so that's why we had to pit. Hoping for a good stop. It's a fairly decent stop, 2.8 seconds. Where are we going to come out? Are we going to be in front of Felipe Drugovich? Where is he? Where is he? He's right there. He's right there. He has the better speed. We have the better grip. Very close racing between teammates. We nearly run into the back of him. But we give him DRS, but again he's defending to the inside, and we're just going to swoop around the outside of Felipe. And that's another fairly easy move through that corner. But we're pushing hard to catch up to as many people as we can. Definitely Definitely abusing track limits in this race to see what we can do. But we're already like quite a while, yeah, 2.8 in front of Felipe. Alonso's just gone past my teammate, but we have pulled out 6 seconds on Fernando Alonso, and we are just 1.4 seconds behind Lance Stroll, and now we are within DRS. Can we go? Can we strike on this lap? But you can see our tyres are already starting to go just a little bit after 4 laps, which is quite ridiculous considering we have to do another 4 on these tyres. But anyway, you can just see the difference of grip, me versus Lance Stroll. But we get a bit of understeer. Can we pass down the straight? We pull to the right. It's going to be close into the final corner. We're going to stick it to the right, and we will get DRS because we were behind through the DRS detection point. So that's fine. We'll continue our march forwards, try and catch up to Tsunoda and possibly Sainz for points. But it's going to be tough with 3 laps to go and very worn tyres. Yeah, it's going to be tough. But we're still pushing up to the back of Yuki Tsunoda. Can we catch him? No, that's a lot of oversteer. That's even more oversteer than we got in practice. And where's that going to put us? Fernando Alonso's right there. Lance Stroll's already gone in front. We are just in front of Fernando Alonso. It's going to be close. With 2 laps to go. Can we hold on to this P13 against the second oldest driver on the grid? But as we head down to the DRS detection point, and of course in turn 10, we are just about half a second in front of Fernando Alonso. So right now we're looking pretty good, 6/10, but we don't forget we barely have any ERS to play with. But Fernando Alonso, you can already see the difference of grip. Trying to go around the outside doesn't quite work out for him, but we just leave the door wide open. I think that might have been on purpose though, so that we can get the DRS and also be very close to Alonso down the straight. But what's he going to do to defend this? He really cuts us off. So what are we going to do? We know Alonso's good at defending. We're going to go to the right, go to the left, but in the end we're going to decide to go to the right. Under braking. It's alongside Fernando Alonso. He squeezes us out, but we're going to have DRS for the next straight. We get the cut back on Fernando. We're going to have the better straight line speed. We force him right to the inside. We're going to defend this position with all we've got, because I doubt we'll be able to fight it back. You can see we just get the better exit than Fernando, get the DRS, and just fairly simple move in the end, but it was looking like it was going to be a lot more complicated before. But yeah, you can really see oversteer and understeer, both where we really do not want them. But we've already pulled out nearly a second to Alonso, but yeah, you can see he's sticking with us well enough that DRS can save him, but up to 8/10 in front. He closes in about 2/10 with DRS down the straight, down to 4/10, and so we see Max Verstappen wins the Grand Prix. We get a lot of oversteer, try and keep it out of the barriers. Whew, that's a lot of oversteer. Again, we nearly made the same mistake we made in practice. But Alonso's gonna be just in front. So to the end of the straight, we can't go for a move just yet, but it's going to be close. Me versus Alonso. Alonso versus me. Late on the brakes. We're gonna really extend the track. Alonso's got no ERS. Neither do we. We're gonna force him right to the inside. We're gonna brake early to make him go wide. And we're gonna get the switch back. And we're going to beat Fernando Alonso in this race. It was a hard fought battle for just P13, but it feels like we were fighting for the win. So I feel like I did a pretty good job commentating that, you know, but we're going to look for the post-race thingamajig celebrations, and of course Red Bull win it, Verstappen P1, Hamilton P2, and in this career mode it looks like they're going to have just as big of a battle as they did in real life. But yeah, I'm pretty proud of my performance. Beating our teammate. He also did pretty well in this race from P17 to, was it P16 or was it P15? I'm not sure. Yeah, but we of course went from P16 to P13. So double Mercedes podium, but it is Verstappen who wins it. Yeah, I don't know. It was a pretty decent race for our first race. Bit annoying we couldn't get the race win, but yeah, P13, we'll take it. So just saving the full race replay really, and yeah, I'm pretty impressed with that. So in the standings we're P7, just in front of Alpine, and yeah, I doubt we'll be able to stay in front of Alpine. We could have a fight with Alfa Romeo, I feel like, though. But P13 and P15 for the team, I'm sure we'll be fairly happy with that. So yeah, we're getting all our team and driver acclaim. As you can see, I got a bit of damage deductions. I think that was probably in practice and also qualifying, actually, where I knocked a bit of carbon fibre off my front wing. But we've got a personnel department event. We can choose between pace and awareness, but we're going to leave it there. We'll see you next episode.